Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Check this out. So not a video, but a picture of Mavado's son behind bars has just being posted publicly. Now we're talking about an updated picture, most recent picture. Alright, and we're going to talk about what the picture look like, because you know them say a picture tell 1,000 words. You understand? We're going to talk about the situation surrounding Dontae Brooks, where he is at, and why he is at where he's at, and how this is all wrapped up in having to do with his father, David Brooks, aka Mavado, the big bad singer. And we're going to talk about some of these comments, because people are talking and people are giving their own opinions as well as to how them feel about the picture. So before we go any further, make with us get the people them on the same page. So if you don't know it, around 2 years ago roughly, Mavado went to Jamaica. He was in Jamaica and one bag of something going, gunshot fire after him. People say him run, take himself out the place, went to the police station, made a report, jumped on a plane and got out of the country. Right? Surrounding this same period of time, they're saying that his son, it is all alleged, his son and another youth went to the house of the individual who fired the shots at Mavado. Now the talk around town is that Mavado want to run the place there. He wants to be the don of the place. And when he's not there, his son should be in charge. Now, like I said, this is all alleged, but I saw the mix-up go. See? Now, his son and a friend went to the house of the individual, or the alleged individual, that fired the shots at Mavado, sent a girl to lure him out because he knows the girl, and when he opened the door to answer to her knock, they forced their way in. Here's the thing about this whole thing. It is alleged that Mavado's son and his accomplice were both seen by the father of the youth that they killed while they were assaulting his son. And he said that he even said to them that, "Me see you no face, you know. Me know you know. Stop." They still went ahead. It was reported that Mavado's son said to the person who he went with to do the crime, "Member said the boss say him want him head." Now, as legend has it, and allegedly, it is also said that the police also has Mavado's son's phone and the phone of the other youth that he went to do the crime with. The youth has already confessed to the police that it was him and Mavado's son that did it. So in case everybody is wondering, well, how come them a hold him and them now let him out? Well, them hold Dexter Daps the other day, them let him go because they didn't have anything substantial on him. In Mavado's son's case, it is said that the police have correlating evidence. Eyewitness, being the father of the youth for them kill, and also a confession from the youth what did the crime with Mavado's son. He personally told the police also in a written and verbal confession that Mavado's son tell him say, "Member said the youth want him head," sent it by text message before they went and did the deed. And after they did the deed, or while they were on their way to do the deed, and while they were assaulting the person, he said it to him again. "Member said the boss said him want him head." He told the police that this is the reason why he started trying to remove the head of the individual, but him just couldn't do it. Him get sick to his stomach. And reports are saying that the head of the individual was almost all the way taken off. Now, here's the thing. Mavado's son has remained in custody, and under many tries so far, has failed to secure release on bail. The bigger talk in this story is, who is the boss that said him want him head? Remember me tell us the streets I say. Remember me tell us it is alleged. Remember me tell us legend has it that Mavado say him want run the place. Or him a run the place, or him a the done round there. So who is the boss that said him want him head? Well, the police comes in and the JCF says, we want to talk to you, sir. Turn yourself in, let's have a sit down and talk. Mavado flees the island. He has not been back to Jamaica since. So a lot of people have been saying that him run well left him son under these conditions. Well, that incident has spawned a couple of years now since Dontae has been incarcerated, and the JCF is letting everyone know that he will be sitting right where he is until his court date where he will be tried for capital murder. One of the biggest things out of this case is that when Vybz Kartel got his sentence and has been where he is now for a decade now, this whole Gaza Gully thing and them making fun of Kartel and saying him in a number 2 cell and all these things. And I always said I can separate music from reality. Because I say me like the side or the team or the music that comes from this artist, it doesn't mean I'm gonna wish his rival, musical rival, bad. It doesn't mean I'm gonna wish his children bad. But it seems like a lot of the fans could not separate that reality from that entertainment fantasy world. So you had a lot of so-called gully fans or Mavado fans that would take to social media in droves to wish bad things upon Vybz Kartel. So ironically, Mavado's son ends up in the same position. Now, the biggest part about this is that I believe, based on all this, that if Mavado ever goes in to sit down and have a talk with the JCF like they said they wanted to do, talk, question, interrogation, whatever, it is going to result in him being incarcerated as well. Which means he would be placed in a similar situation as Vybz Kartel. So the man who you're making fun of, you are now sitting in the same position that you made fun of him for being in, kind of thing. That's right there. Now update. This picture surfaced because everybody's been wondering, I wonder how he's doing. Because Mavado had a lot to say recently about how Kartel used to fear him. And members say, one policeman, Vanya did a ride round and I have to hide in the back. And the policeman come tell me, say, if he leave you. And me tell the policeman, say, me not trouble him. And these kind of things. And you have to make you have to chuck through car window and all these things. And you did afraid of me. And you can't intimidate me. Basically, Mavado was offended or seemed to be offended on social media because Vybz Kartel had posted a picture. And the picture had Vybz Kartel's son and Mavado's son, who are both friends, in the picture. Kartel posts up the picture and him say, bust off and laugh, Dontae. Meaning, I hope you win the case, bust off the case, get out and have a laugh about this experience. Mavado didn't take it that way. Him say, why you post up the youth picture for? Why you have the youth picture post up for? A lot of people said Kartel was out of place to be posting up that picture because him and Mavado are rivals or enemies. Me never know them are enemy in a real life. I thought it was just enemies on wax. But apparently, there is beef there in real life. Anyhow, picture has surfaced of Dontae now. And me day over here on Pinkwall. People, go to Pinkwall and read the comment section because that's where I'm going to read it from. I like to tell people my source so them not feel like, say, boy, SouFlo just I imagine and I make up things. It's out there. One person said, poor dads said, how a man with millions like Mavado and Dodos both have firstborn sons on murder charges in jail and still in the ghetto. In other words, then, your daddy rose to some prominence in society and has millions of dollars, Why is your children or your child in these conditions? They should have been going to college. They should have been pursuing higher education. They should have been pursuing entrepreneurship, running a business, becoming an artist themselves, something like that. Right? And definitely not living in the ghetto. That's what he meant to say. Mark Ace said, bro God, Chris forced himself in a badness, much like Mavado youth. Dodo's son and Adam's son was at one point in the same class. On Chris' part, blame him uncle. On Devante part, I'm talk about Mavado's son, someone actually failed him. I can't say as who. Well, people have it say Mavado failed him because Mavado should have moved him out and put him in that mansion he has on the hill, or even secure visa and traveling papers for him and get him off the island, right? So, Bad Rascal says, what a stupid question to ask. Look how much politicians, son, cops, murder charge and fraud charge who are multi-millionaires, not to mention celebrities. You think you can control your kids' every move? Mavado is responsible for taking care of him and his safety. But if he chooses to do bad things, then he made personal decisions that he has to live with. And I agree with that. You can only control your kids' movement and protect them from anything to a certain point. Especially after they start to reach the 16, 17, 18, 19 years group. It is time that you are going to have to let go. And a lot of the times you don't know their whereabouts or what they're into, what them inner. You see what I say? But on the other hand, I'm saying this. Who is the boss where them say want him head? That's what me want to know. Because Mavado did have anything to do with this, then he is definitely an accomplice. Anonymous says, want to call healthy because people are saying, but him look healthy though. In the picture that has posted, people are saying Mavado's son looks healthy. That's what one person said, or a couple of people said. At least him not dead or him not look mash up in there, him look healthy. Anonymous said, what uno call healthy? Health is complete physical, mental, and social well-being. Him a eat him 5 a day? Question. I don't mean white rum and weed. Or, him a get regular exercise? Question. You can see it in his eyes that his mind is troubled, and no young man of his age can be socially fine. What, waking up and going to sleep with a bag of men? LOL. Try again. In other words, this person is saying that he looking healthy something that not work. Wanna try again. I guess according to fit uno philosophy, as long as Mavado money is spent, he's living like a king in prison. Shows the level of thinking that some uno have. How can anyone be happy living in that squalor? Yes. So in other words, this person has said then Mavado money is spent in there. Probably get some bad man in there to guard his son, take care of his son while he is in there. So I'm in a prison, but he might live as king only to the minds of low-thinking people. Because at his age, no young man wants to be, no young heterosexual man, I would throw that in there, want to be waking up and going to sleep every day surrounded by a bag of man in a cell that actually looks like a dark hole. Anonymous went on to say that this child God forgive me, but this child looks possessed. Him look hungry, him look lost, and him look like him's trying so hard to gain the love and acceptance of ? Who exactly? His father? The ghetto? It's truly sad. Even Kartel look cleaner than him in jail. It's not impossible for him to live like a king in there because Jamaica standards at jail is nothing. Money run in there. But it pains me to see such a life gone to waste. Pro say, the youth look like he's not being well taken care of in prison. It's one thing if you left your son in a jail for a crime him do a defend you. But it's a whole other thing if you left him for suffer in there. The man look like him they even send him no food and clothes or nothing. And a hype about rich John Star. The way I love my son, I could never. I want to tell you something. Enough people talk about they could never until the shoe is on their foot. And then them do exactly and worse. This person is actually assuming that Mavado leave him son in there and him not send him no shoes and no clothes and all these things. And him not look like he's well taken care of in there at all. And all them something there. Like I said before, a lot of people are holding it against Mavado and calling him a terrible father because he has left his son in Jamaica and him fly out. I have even come to his defense by saying that this youth, the system has already made up their mind. His father has already put high-powered lawyers on the case and they have went before a judge a couple of times now and have been denied bail in lieu of a trial. So him go stay in there until him go trial. So the next best thing his father can do is continue to tour, do shows, business ventures, whatever he's doing overseas to generate income, because these top lawyers don't come cheap. And if you don't have an income to pay that fee, then you will be stuck with whatever it is, crebe lawyer out there, and then that heightens your chances of actually being found guilty, losing a trial, and catching a life sentence, because the act of what he is presumed to have done was very gruesome. I can't say anything else but a life sentence coming off of this, if found guilty. That is a whole nother conversation where we are going to have. Golden says, boy, this youth had every opportunity but him choose to be someone that he's not. He chose his destiny and now he has to live with it, don't it? In other words, the talk on the streets also is that Dontae very well could have elevated, but him never want none of that. The talk on the streets also is that his father tried, but the youth never want that. The youth want donship, the youth want run a area, the youth want badman lifestyle, and that catch up with him. Like I said, all this is alleged. Now, nobody go talk about SouFLoTV said. I said it is all alleged. Marvelous said, if he did the crime, then let he do the time. I don't care whose son he is. You commit murder, you need to do the time. Anonymous says, really sad to be saying healthy and striving while in jail, shaking my damn head. He looks like him derailed to me. Him no look 100. Or maybe I call him just little and evil. Him feel a madman. How does his dad or mom feel to lay in their bed and see that this is what their child come to? A bunch of crosses. My belly bottom would have pained me. This child is mentally disturbed. Shaking my damn head. This a person that said the youth mentally disturbed and you can see it in him face. I've heard people say before, say the youth look evil and all these other kind of things. I can see evil in him eyes. Remember, you know, I'm a father, you know, and a father of 4 boys. So I can't look upon the next man youth and talk about him look evil. People pass judgment against my youth them the same way, because they might have turned their head a certain way in a picture, or wear their hair in a certain fashion. You know what I say? So, I don't know. But this is what the people are saying. Anonymous come back and say, gay for the stay. Bobo, I spin that like gig. See him? See how Shim start rap head? That the fool picnic want a proper flagging. Waste. In other words, this person is saying he is gay for the stay. While he is in there, somebody in there do gay things to him. Bubba spin that like gig. See how him start wrap him head and call the youth shim. Somebody else say him favor Satan own self. No, he does not. Satan look better. Look like you know, all forget say Mavado was the one who make Reinsberger lose him diplomatic post. Uno memory well short. What you seeing is the circle of life in motion. This thing called life is a serious school. And fee him shame worse, cause a murder him name go call upon. When uno plotting evil for others, just remember say, every seed must bear fruit after its own kind. What a preke. Alright, so Reinsberger is somebody that worked at the US Embassy in a high position and was known to have the links and the hookups with getting a visa into the US. You see? And it was said that an altercation incident, something happened where he got Mavado his papers, and although they were faulty and it was a faulty process, him get Mavado through. But when his name came up on the radar, them say Mavado fling him under the bus and him end up losing spot at the visa place at the US Embassy and lost his diplomatic post, and from there so enough people get shag because them can't get visa through the link there anymore. Live Anywhere says, I guess he is living the song his father sang, Gangsta for Life. This hurts me to see this though. Sad to see potential of young men being wasted. Somebody says, so he wasn't living in the mansion with the wife and the other kids. Wow. I wonder why. Poor little thing. Live him life, then him learn. Last comment may I read. Max said, Mavado is the one who caused all of this. Him first should have never go to Jamaica and box a hungry man. 2, him son should be in Florida with him. And 3, when the police wanted to talk to him, he should have went back to Jamaica and talked to the police. Anytime him go back to Jamaica, them are gonna lock him up, lock him away, then lock him son. I'm gonna leave that one right there. It's the end of the video, and like I said before, any day Mavado set foot back in Jamaica, sit down and talk to these people, I'm talking about the law, I truly believe that they are going to hold on to him, because the question still remains. Who is the boss that said him want him head? Leave your comments in the comment section below, people. Tell me what you think about this picture of Dontae. Do you think that he looks disturbed? Do you think that he looks happy? Do you think that he's thriving well behind bars under the circumstances? Or do you think that some funny thing are going around there and he is in danger, or this is causing mental issues for him? Also, do you believe that Mavado Son will beat this case? And do you believe that Mavado himself, if he should ever set foot in Jamaica to talk to these people, law enforcement, that he will also be held? Do you think that he is the person who they are saying is the boss that said him want him head? We'll talk more in the comment section below. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.